Today I'm going to show you how to set up the Epson SureColor T-Series printer. Next to me is the Epson SureColor T7000. It's a 44-inch printer, but we also have a T3000 and a T5000, which are both a 24-inch and a 36-inch model. The setup for those printers are identical to this model. The Epson SureColor T7000 weighs about 200 pounds and will be shipped on a pallet. When this arrives to your location, you'll most likely need a liftgate or a dock to unload this in. Before you begin, you want to make sure you have a roll of paper as well as your Ethernet or USB cable and 2 other people to assist you during the setup. So to begin, you want to remove the yellow banding straps and then remove the clear plastic wrap from the printer. On the banding strap, there's one side that has a loop. You want to pull the tab near the loop. So to remove the strap, simply pull the yellow tab near the loop and the strap comes off. With the yellow strips removed, we can remove the clear plastic shrink wrap. The easiest way to do that is with a pair of scissors or a knife. Just simply open up one edge of the corner of this box, get it started, and then the blade will open all the way down. Then just work your way around the printer, removing the plastic wrap. On the edges are cardboard edge protectors. Just take them with the plastic wrap, they'll come right off. With the shrink wrap removed, all we have to do is just take the last 2 banding straps off. There's the first one, and there's the second one. The last piece to do is to remove the plastic box locks. There's one on the front and back side of the printer. Simply click open the side of this lock and then pull out. So now we're ready to move the top of the box. You may want to save these packaging materials if you're going to store your printer for a long time or if you're going to ship it to a different location. To do this, so we don't need to actually open the top of the box. We're going to simply lift up the side. So you will need a person to help you lift the other side of this printer. In doing so, you just simply want to put your hands on the side and you're going to have to give it a good little wiggle. And the printer will come right back up. Then just simply move this off to the side. To either store your supplies in here or use it as a waste bin. So inside the box, on each one of the end cardboard boxes here are the stand legs as well as the stand support bracket. There's also the SureColor T7000 printer, inks for the printer, user guides, power cords, media roll adapter support, and in the front underneath is our media catch bin. We'll show you how to put these together in just a minute. So now we're ready to start putting the stand together. But before we do that, let's tidy up a fair bit. The only thing that you need to keep is simply the wrench and 3 bolts. The rest, the ink, the user guides, and the power cords, we can put off to the side until later. Now we want to take the stand legs out of the box. Simply remove the top part of the cardboard. Reaching in, you'll see the first leg. You want to remove the other leg from the other box. Doing the same process. Remove the cardboard, reach in. There's the second stand leg. Lastly, we'll need the strut that gives support to the printer. These 3 pieces are the total stand for what we're going to put the T7000 printer on. Now let's take away the cardboard boxes and the styrofoam padding. We'll put those off to the side. We'll no longer need these. Save these nuts and bolts to put the stand together. And lastly, just remove the plastic wrap on the legs and on the stand legs, or on the stand bracket. So to put the stands together, the stand leg has these 2 white marks. These are the outside of the leg. On the inside, there's a key marking that shows this is the right leg and this is the left leg. As well as on the bar that supports this, there's marks on the backside that show the right and the left. To insert this, simply just put in the metal blade into the opening on the stand leg and slide that in until it reaches the bottom. Next step is to take the metal wrench that's included with the printer and just tighten the bolts. There's 4 bolts, 2 on each side. It's about a quarter or half turn on each one. Just give it a quick tighten up. And repeat on the other side. And now that the stand's assembled, we want to make sure the front two casters are in the lock position. To do this, we simply want to take the switch and put it in the down position. Now that the stand's put together, you want to make sure the stand's facing forward. The way to tell is there's holes on the stand bracket. They'll be closer to the front side of the stand. Next, we want to be able to pick up the printer. There's a handle on the back side as well as on the side. You'll need a person on each side of the printer, as well as it's also helpful to have another person position the stand underneath. So to pick this up, simply find the handles on both the back side and the side. And as we position it down, there's a bracket that helps align where the printer is going to be placed. Left side's in, and the right side's in. From here, the next step is we want to be able to put the bolts that are going to attach the printer to the stand so that it won't wiggle or won't shift at all while we're moving it around. Now that the printer is on top of the stand, we need to secure the printer to the stand using the 3 bolts that were included in the printer box. On the right side of the printer is 2 holes you can use the screws to attach the printer to. On the left side is 1 additional hole that will attach the printer to the stand. And now with the printer securely mounted to the stand, we want to take the stand catch basket, which comes in a separate box on the pallet, and bring that out up front. We're going to put this together in just a moment, but before we do, we want to remove the pallet, get that out of the way, as well as begin taking away some of the packaging material. There's a lot of this blue tape. Inside here, you'll need some scissors or a knife to open up the cardboard box. So inside the box, we have the print basket holder, the print basket arms, the print stacking arms, and there's 4 of those on the T7000. There'll be 3 on the T5000 and 2 on the T3000 series printer. There's a catch basket, 2 different rods, as well as a bag of 8 different bolts and 4 nuts that are used to assemble this to the print stand. Now we're going to put the print basket holders and attach those to the printer stand. There's 2 of these. They are marked to be specific to the right side or the left side of the printer. We're going to start on the right side. There's 2 screws, as well as the wrench that we've had used earlier. You're going to attach this to the print basket down here, or printer stand down here. It's easiest to first start doing this by hand and then use the wrench to tighten. Attach on the left side with the 2 screws they provided. Now we're going to install the stacking arms onto the printer stand. There's 4 of these on the T7000. The part that you want to make sure you take note of is there's a small peg that needs to place into the hole onto the printer stand arm. To do this, use 2 hands. Simply lean it forward and get the peg to go into the hole. Then just let go, and the first one's done. Okay, our next step is to take the square bracket as well as one of the C end adapters. Put this on and then thread this through the print basket stacking holders. And do the same on the other side. Now we're going to install the left side of the print basket holder. First, you put 2 screws into the little holder on each one of these arms. That will keep them from turning. Line that up. There's a spot in here that will hold the bracket correctly against the print basket holding arms. Put 1 screw in, and then just a few turns that will tighten it down. The second screw, tighten, and then completed. Now we're going to attach the D-shaped pole to the right side of the stacking basket arm. To do this, simply just slide this right side arm onto the pole. Now we're going to put the basket onto the pole. To do that, just open the cellophane. The little bungees are the bottom side of the basket. There we go. Slide that out. And there's an easy way to tell. There's a small hole. This is the side that we want facing forward or facing down on towards the ground. Next, we're going to take this rod, the D-shaped rod, and begin pushing it through. Once completed, you should still have that D-shape or the small hole facing forward. Now we want to put the rod onto the left side holder. To do this, bring this arm forward until it's in an up position, and then simply slide on the pole, and then bring this back down to the normal middle position. Now we want to add the screws and the nuts. There's 2 screws left as well as 2 nuts. It's easy just to start with one, put one in the top, and then put 1 screw into the hole. Use the wrench to tighten. Now to attach the basket to the stand, we want to come around to the back side of the printer. If you reach under, grab one of the little loops. There's a small clip here that you want to be able to attach the fabric to. Do that for all 4 of the stacking basket arms. And then lastly, we want to take the small piece over here and attach that to the side edge of the printer. And repeat on the other side. Now that the basket's attached, we can come over to the right side of the printer to attach the power, which is a standard 110 volt standard plug that can go in. And at this point, if you're connecting by Ethernet, you can plug that in as well. Otherwise, if you're using USB, you should wait until you begin the software installation. If you purchase the internal print server, it'll come in a cardboard box. You want to open that up, and inside you'll find a plastic bag that contains the internal print server. We're going to put this on the back side of the printer as an access port where this will be installed. The internal print server installs in the back side of the printer. There's a small little access panel back here. You'll need a 4-headed screwdriver to access this. Simply loosen the screw. You do not need to remove it. And take the panel door off. Next, there's 2 screws back here. We just want to slightly loosen these. Don't need to remove them, but just make them come out just a little bit. Next, we want to take our internal print server, connect it to the printer, and then slide in and slide to the left. Next, we have to just tighten down the bolts, and the print server will stay securely bolted to the printer. And lastly, just to put the access door back on, just want to start on the right side, push it in, and then tighten the screw. Now that the printer's plugged in, we just need to turn it on and then follow the instructions on the screen. Now we'll want to choose the correct language. To use this, just use the directional pad on the control panel. Just press down for English and then OK. Next, it's going to ask us to set the date. Use the left and right arrows to choose the field, and the up and down arrows to choose a value. Okay. Last is to choose what unit of measure, if you prefer it to be in meters or in feet and inches. And now we just need to load the printer with ink. The printer is instructing us to open the ink bay door and to install the ink cartridges for the initial priming. To do that, simply open the door just below the control panel and let it lay down on the print stand. Now we just want to unbox each of the ink cartridges. There's a total of 5 of them. Simply just take them out of the bag. Want to give them a shake for about 5 seconds, just horizontally each way. And then, if with a pair of scissors is the easiest way to do it. You can't open them by hand, but a pair of scissors.